GPU overclocking has always been the best way to gain performance without sacrificing much. But even though there are a lot of tutorials out there on how to do it, most of them use NVIDIA GPUs, and the ones that don't tend to use AMD's Adrenalin software. And there's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's easy to use, it's convenient, and it works most of the time. However, I do not like it. Not only because it sometimes reverts back to the defaults even though everything is fine, but also because it has a lot of bloatware that can interfere with some programs. So in this video I want to show you how to overclock your AMD GPU by using the all-reliable MSI Afterburner. So let's go to the computer. Obviously the first step is going to be to download this program, a GPU tester like Formark, and some games that can take your GPU to the limit. In this case I will be using the Silent Hill 2 remake, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Indiana Jones, and Formula 1 2024. Now, once you have all of these installed, you will open MSI Afterburner and see this. It looks menacing, but don't worry, we will change that by clicking on the cog and going all the way to the right until we reach the User Interface tab. Here, change the theme to the MSI Mystic Afterburner skin and the scaling and transparency to your liking, and then click Apply. Now the program should look like this, which is more readable. Next, we will change the fan configuration, so go all the way to the left to the fan tab, check this box and a graph should appear. You can tinker with it however you want, but my recommendation is that you make it so the fans go to 100% between 70 and 80 degrees so we can avoid any kind of heat related issue. Also, even if you're not overclocking it, you should still configure this, since sometimes the default setting makes the graphics card heat up to levels that can cause problems. Oh, and keep in mind that you can change between your fan curve and the default one by clicking this button. And if you want to change the fan speed manually, you can do it too by clicking here. I do not recommend this at all, but you are free to do so. Once you have done this, head to the General tab and here make sure to check the Unlock Voltage Control, Unlock Voltage Monitoring, Extend Official Overclocking Limits, and Disable ULPS boxes. Also, if you have a GPU that isn't from MSI, change this to third party. Click Apply and you will need to restart, so just do it. And with this, we can finally begin with the overclocking process, which is honestly very simple. But before doing so, open Formark and let it run for a bit so your GPU warms up. You might notice that your PC is noisier than usual, but that's because of the new fan curve. Now, you're going to want to put the power limit slider all the way up and reduce the core voltage by 10%. So in my case, I will leave it at 923 units. But do not move the core nor memory clock yet. Because even though in some other overclocking guides this is the first thing people tell you to adjust, with AMD the voltage is actually the thing that matters the most. So apply it by clicking this checkmark and you should instantly see an increment in FPS inside Formark. Leave it running for like 5 minutes and if it crashes, raise the core voltage until it doesn't. Once it's stable, save the configuration since this will be our baseline, close the program and launch any game. Here, crank everything up, and I mean everything. Also, make sure that you're not using any kind of upscaler, and I will even recommend setting the resolution to 150 or even 200%, because our goal here is to really push the GPU to its limits so we can be sure that it will behave properly. So, if your overclock is stable, the game will play... it will play. And if so, you can decrease the core voltage even more until it crashes. Then just rise it until it doesn't and save it. This will be our new baseline. Now go ahead and change the game and repeat this process with at least 3 different titles, always making sure that not a single one of them crashes. Pro tip, you should also alt-tab like crazy and change between borderless and full screen so you can be absolutely sure that nothing will break your GPU. After making sure that the system is working as intended, you will need to do all of this, but this time with the core and memory clock. Although in this case, slide them all the way up and begin from there. And there you have it. That's how you overclock an AMD GPU. Now, I know this might sound tedious, but I can assure you that it's totally worth it, because if you did everything right, you could be looking at a 10% performance increase or even more for free. And hey, the added bonus is that you don't have to deal with AMD's Adrenalin software. You can apply this overclock every time you log into Windows, even if your GPU crashes, and you also get a better statistics overlay with Riva Tuner, which I'm going to show you how to set up in the next video. So, I hope you found this video helpful, I hope your PC doesn't explode, and I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!